Three claps, your boy Swings back at it again, Swing Swaggy Sense. And Happy New Year, first and foremost. Happy New Year, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I'm not even sure the last time that I had posted besides the shorts, but happy everything to everybody, all of my viewers that still been rocking with me, all of my subscribers that been still rocking with me. And you know, I'm back on this thing to do my thing. All right, so in today's video, from the last post that I had put on my page, was this right here, right? Maison Margiela's sample pack of the Replica line. And this was a while ago, I believe maybe in the beginning of December, but that's either here nor there. We're going into a new year and we're gonna forget all about that, right?
Hell no, to the no.
So I'm gonna do my first impressions on all of the samples. So you have your, well, I don't even need to say all the names. I'm gonna just kind of go through all of them that are here within the video, so you don't have to keep hearing me rant. So without further ado, let's get into this review. So the first on this lineup is going to be Under the Lemon Tree, okay? I don't have the official note breakdown or anything like that. This is just off a first sniff. Some of the fragrances on here I did smell from the full bottles, like when I would go to retail shops or stores, excuse me, and I would just see them on display and I would spray them. So some of the ones that everyone is familiar with, you know, By the Fireplace, Jazz Club, you know, those are the ones that I truly know, but all the other ones are technically still kind of under the impression of I haven't smelt them before, okay? So, don't know all the note breakdowns. This is just your first initial impression of some of the ones that I don't know, okay? So this is Under the Lemon Tree. I'm not going to, you know, throw this all in the camera. I'm just gonna let you know what it says on the bottle, on the sample, okay? So if I can get this together, I'm gonna do a couple of sprays. Okay, put it back in this little spot right here. All right, first initial. Really lemon base for sure. Clean, soap-like, lavender, laundry detergent type of scent, you know, profile. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. I can see both men and women, you know, wearing this fragrance. Real light. Yeah, the first initial blast, you'll have that lemon, like a lemon drop, like a candy, like the lemon drop candies. That's what I get off of initial smell. And honestly, it starts to fade away rather quickly, but I'm still in a closed off area in the house. So if I probably were to be outside in the spring and summer, because this is kind of like spring and summer vibes, and yeah, I'm probably sure that it'll probably get some whiffs and wafts like as I'm walking by if I were to wear this during the high heat. Very subtle, but nonetheless pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's like jaw dropping or like, oh my god, this is amazing, but it's, if you wanted to have a full-size bottle of this, then this is one that you just kind of throw on like after the shower, or you just want to kind of lounge around in the house. This is what I believe this fragrance to be. And this is Under the Lemon Tree, okay? So I don't have to show the sample bottle to y'all. We're just gonna move on to the next fragrance. And what do you know? The next one is By the Fireplace, which I had mentioned, saying that I've smelt this quite a bit, you know, in retail stores, and I would see them kind of, they would have the whole Replica line, but you know, I would go to certain ones. So once again, I haven't smelled some of the ones that weren't displayed up on the shelf. So this is By the Fireplace, which I am a big fan of, you know, so let's get a couple of sprays. Sometimes when I spray, even with a sample or even with some of my full-size bottles, sometimes I spray on the tester strip and the slight little mist gets on my thumb. I'm not sure if anyone else has that issue or has that same occurrence, but that's what always happens. So yeah, I'm gonna be smelling like the fireplace if I don't put on another fragrance. But man, this is good. Definitely fireplace worthy. This is kind of your, you know, outside barnyard, or even on those hay rides, haunted house hay rides, anything that has to do with wood and burning wood. Okay, real. Oh man, it's smooth. It's smooth in a way too. Like you have this earthiness that comes through with this fragrance, but you also have this smooth kind of vanillic type of layering within this kind of burnt and almost, you know, mossy and, you know, wood-like. Man, this definitely smells like a fire, either that is the amber is still kind of burning off the wood, or when it's actually inflamed. But this is a phenomenal fragrance. Like I definitely would recommend trying this out. And you have to be able to take on that really, it's not oud or skank or stinky like, but it's once again, it's more or less, if you were to walk to the store or anything like that and you just came from a barn fire, people will smell that on your clothes. Like that smoke, they would smell it on your clothes. It brings back memories to, you know, like my Boy Scout days when we were outside and we were making like, you know, some of the knots in the rope and doing all types of survival kit things, and having the campfire was one of them. And this definitely brings back it and locks a memory. Man, this is a good one. All right, so on to the next. So the next one that I have is bubble bath, and I'm sure that it's gonna smell like a bath, meaning soap, clean, fresh, linen type of fragrance. Okay, so we're gonna try and get some sprays. All right. Yeah, like I mentioned, this is straight laundry, straight out of the bath. Still got suds on your shoulders and everything like that. Definitely a soap bath vibe. This is also something that you can probably wear around the house. I'm sure that some of the fragrances that I would say and recommend that you would buy, and some of the fragrances I would say it would be better off just getting a sample. But once again, all the fragrances within the community are subjective, so what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. All right. Really light, subtle, similar to the Under the Lemon Tree. Yeah, this is, and I can also see a woman wearing this. Clean, fresh. I can see a guy wearing this. Nice little button up, shorts, going to the beach, and I can see, you know, a lady wearing this, you know, going to the beach too, you know, sundress or a dress, just kind of having the like the not ozonic, but aromatic, you know, the aromatics of the fragrances kind of like getting whiffs and wafts, once again, just like with the lemon tree. It's a good fragrance, but once again, something that probably wouldn't be full bottle worthy, excuse me. On to the next. So the next fragrance that I got on this list is going to be Lazy Sunday Morning, and I had a few of those Lazy Sundays, trust me. Didn't wear this though, but we're gonna check this fragrance out right here. We're gonna check this one out. Okay. It seems like Bubble Bath, Under the Lemon Tree, and this one, Lazy Sunday Morning, is so fresh off the top. It's just kind of like, whoa, you smell so good, so clean, so fresh. And then the subtlety of everything, it draws back. So that first maybe couple minutes is where you draw people, I'm sure people's attention will be drawn to you. But then after that, it's more or less of like, I would say like maybe gonna be a skin scent, but that's fine. As long as you can grab people's, this one is good. Once again, a unisex fragrance. I can definitely see a lady wearing this and, you know, pulling whatever guy that she wants with this fragrance. This is nice. This is nice. Has this, this metallic type of vibe. I can't put my finger on it. Like a vetiver and a grass green type of vibe. Still a good fragrance. It smells like it has a little bit of oud in there. If you ever smelled oud in any other fragrance, you can kind of get some hints in this. Yeah, similar, kind of basic, but once again, still smelling clean, fresh, presentable. I'll throw that in there too, but needless to say that you will smell the cleanest if you were to wear this anywhere. But I wouldn't put my my money on how long this lasts, but still quite a good fragrance. Okay, that's Lazy Sunday Morning. On to the next one we have is Jazz Club. Okay, this is also another one that I smelt full bottle, from one of the stores. Let's get one more spray on there. So what I'm getting from this is like coconut, like a coconut, some whiskey that's in here, like a cognac type of. Can't really put. I know that first initial blast is coconut straight. They just cracked open the coconut and put those juices in the bottle. Then from there, like I said, the cognac type of bourbon type of thing, but it's like a old-fashioned bourbon, not like the smooth whiskey. Vintage smelling, pretty decent, but that coconut that I smell in this is dominating any other note that may be in here. Another decent fragrance, but personally, once again, Fireplace takes it all, takes the cake for me. All right, so that is Jazz Club. On to the next. So the next fragrance that I have on the list is going to be Sailing Day. Okay, Sailing Day. So thinking of a boat going sailing, we have sailing ventures over by the river where I'm at, and I would just probably think that this is what it probably smells like if you're on the boat, right? So once again, it hit my thumb, man. Still basic, clean, fresh, linen type of fragrance. It's like some of the cleaner fragrances and not the darker fragrances are going to be, I would believe, unisex, but also they're not bad. Like, they're not bad fragrances. It's just more or less of there's nothing too impressive about them, and especially if you are experienced within the fragrance game, then your nose will kind of look at this and be like, oh, this is whatever. But for some others, like I was mentioning with, I believe, Under the Lemon Tree and Bubble Bath and so on, those are going to still be a solid fragrance in terms of if you want to smell clean. If you want to smell clean, these are the fragrances that definitely going to do that for you. Okay. It has some citrus in here. Maybe bergamot. Maybe not even bergamot. Maybe like a mandarin orange, or obviously sailing, some of that aquatic and oceanic vibe. Just fresh, clean, linen, laundry, out the shower. Can't go wrong with these fragrances, but not sure if you're going to be getting the compliments that you would want to get, especially for people. And let's get one thing straight too. You shouldn't really wear a fragrance to get compliments. That's the extra, but you should wear and also buy their fragrance because you believe that its scent profile is what is a identification of you, meaning like your signature scent, and also meaning that's somewhat of like your personality. Like for me, like I like the more or less old-fashioned, so the Davidoffs, the Dracars, and I do also have some other ones, some sweeter fragrances. So it's more or less of I'm in that fougere type of signature scent profile, and that is my thing. So whatever your thing is, make sure that you don't have anyone disrupt your thing, and especially with your fragrance collection. It's about you, not about anybody else. But it is nice every so often that you get a compliment from the fragrance that you're wearing. Okay. All right. So that is, what was that? Sailing Day. All right. On to the next. So the next fragrance I got up to go is Autumn Vibes. Okay. We're in winter now, but come on. There we go. All right. Similar to the fireplace, has that like burning kind of wet, like wet leaves, like after it's finished raining. Yeah, it has similar, kind of like a similar breakdown of By the Fireplace. Has that really like not skanky. I don't want to say skanky or stanky, but it's just real. You have to have a taste for, like, in terms of your palate, your olfactory palate. You have to have a palate for a different type of mixture between notes, because sometimes when you put on a fragrance and it's on your skin, it don't really work the way that it needs to, and sometimes it does. But this one's okay. Once again, it gives me the vibes of By the Fireplace. That same type of profile. Pretty decent. You know, fall time, autumn, you know, vibes within the name. Solid. All right. Autumn vibes. On to the next. So the next one that I have is going to be When the Rain Stops. Okay. Another clean fragrance, I'm assuming. Let's get 3 of these bad boys. Yeah. Just another clean, dryer sheet type of fragrance. Yeah. There's not really much to go off of the lighter and fresher fragrances, because I'm going to be probably saying the same thing. But one thing is for certain, all of them smell pretty dang good in the opening. The opening is really good. And then when it settles down, that's when it's just like, oh, okay, you know, it's just regular. But still, something that you can just throw on while you're walking around the house. Yeah, that's it. And it's cool that I got the sample pack, because I don't need to buy full bottles of any of these. Maybe one or two, but still, sampling is good if you need it, or if you have to, or if you really want to try a fragrance. But when you're just kind of like, you know, let me just try these out. Like, I'm not really fetching to get any of these fragrances per se, but if I do happen to come across one of the samples that smell great, then I'm definitely going to put my money towards that full bottle. Okay. So this is When the Rain Stops. On to the next. So the next fragrance that I got for y'all is going to be Beach Walk. Okay. So once again, you already guessed it. Another clean fragrance. This Beach Walk reminds me of this fragrance from Juicy Couture. I'm not sure what the actual bottle is, but it definitely smells like the Juicy Couture perfumes, the woman perfume, preferably. But yeah, this smells, I just can't put my finger on it. But if anyone knows what the Juicy Couture line is in terms of woman's line, just drop it down in the comments so I can remember, or I can just do my own research. Doesn't matter. But this is definitely giving me, honestly, grandma, you know, just going to her crib and, you know, just sitting down and listening to her stories of when she traveled the world, or when she got married, had family, and the whole nine. This is what you get when you smell this. That imagery that you have in your brain, this is what you would get when you smell this. Yeah. And also another clean fragrance. On to the next. So the last fragrance on this sample pack is called On a Date. Okay? On a Date. Let's get 3. Ooh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a good one. So that's 2. This, I can honestly say this is more female leaning, like a woman would wear this, and she probably would have to call an Uber home because the guy would probably be too much for her because of how good she smells with this on. This smells good. This smells really good. Smells like there's some florals in here. This sweet candy-like note breakdown, whatever it is that may be in here. This is good. And if you're confident as a guy, you could wear this too. It don't really matter, but I can for sure see if you were to go on a date and the first thing that you smell is her fragrance coming off of her skin, and she has this on. If she has this on, man, she likes you. She definitely likes you with this one. This is a solid one. So that's 2. So by the fireplace and on a date, if you were to look into getting fragrances for like a his and hers, I would think that would probably be the 2 fragrances from this. But once again, you don't always have to listen to me. You go off your own judgment. All right. So yeah, On a Date. So that was my first impression of the Maison Margiela Replica line. And from this whole thing that I just did right now, I could say that they're all pretty basic, decent fragrances. Not sure on the longevity of all of them. I know some of them you can get more out of others, but the 2 I would say would be like maybe like a his and hers would be the By the Fireplace and On a Date. That right there, chef's kiss. That's those 2 fragrances are A1 in my opinion. Once again, you don't always have to listen to me. You can always go off of whatever. You know, I just try to give insight to everybody to let them know if they don't have their fragrance on someone else's thought process with it. All right. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell just to let you know when your boy is posting, even though I'll be kind of like iffy on that. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.